Hey, before the video starts, I just want to say this was obviously inspired by Jubilee, although it might not be obvious if you haven't seen it before. A lot of the contestants actually hadn't seen it before, so yeah, go check it out. It's like this, but instead of medic mains and engineer mains, it's like stuff that actually impacts a person's life. All the contestants in this video are members of my Discord, so I plan on doing more of these. If you would like to be in one, join my Discord. I'll let everyone know the next time I plan on doing one, and you might get to be in a future video and win a prize. I don't want to waste too much of your time, so there will be more info about everything at the end.
Shall we?
What is your opinion on the vaccinator?
Okay.
It
I
feels
don't
great
really
to
like
use,
it.
but it's just that feeling of sadism.
It's just like I don't like
Honestly,
You
using
know
it.
you're
I
an
don't
asshole when you
really
use it.
use it.
I
I
feel
don't really
bad.
use it against
I do
bots.
feel bad too. I don't want to use it. I have it, but I don't want to use it sometimes because I feel so bad using it.
I brought together 7 medic mains.
I am a medic man.
I am a medic main.
I am a medic main.
I am a medic main.
I am a medic man.
I am a medic main.
I am a medic man.
One of them is a liar and actually mains engineer. If the group figures out who the engineer main is, they each get a valuable TF2 item. If the liar survives, they get an extra valuable TF2 item.
Okay, so what's everyone's favorite map?
Fucking
Two-four.
Pier. I like Pier.
I'm a big fan of Upward. Always have been.
I'll say I really love Double Cross.
Doesn't matter like what game mode or
Just any map.
I
Any map.
Hoth King's pretty good.
like Pier as well.
I just like
Frontier's
payload.
pretty good until last.
Everyone just just the fact the way not only the way they sounded, but also just how much I can tell in their voice how much experience they really had. At least more experience than I did.
Okay, here's a question. Here's a question to start off. What made you start to want to play medic?
I always liked playing the healer, so usually like in Battlefield, I'd be running around like rezzing people and throwing out heals. I thought I was doing pretty well. I thought that my answers weren't very far-fetched from everyone else's, and I always had the satisfaction of just going out and healing people.
Out of all the stories, it sounded most believable. His just was the least believable.
I have my suspicions towards some of the players. I don't really have a lot of suspicions toward Fuzz.
What's everyone's favorite medic taunt?
Meet the medic.
I like the
Oh,
stupid
that's-
40M.
Yeah, according
yeah.
I like
I was
the
thinking what it
accordion as
was
well.
called, but
I also really like the
Accordion.
ambulance. The ambulance is great too.
Does it have to be
Surgeon's-
medic specific? Because like Congo looks really good on medic.
Yeah.
Well, no, well, yeah, okay, yeah, we can do general.
the
taunts.
Schadenfreude has probably the best laugh.
Yeah.
Even though
Schadenfreude.
Demo is the best laugh, but
I always felt like Scout
I like the
had the
animation
best
for it.
laugh.
No disrespect to Jesus. He was very quiet.
Tom, out of all of them, just seemed the more suspicious out of them. Now, they all had good reasoning, but Tom, to me, just seemed like he would be the one to really main engineer.
I was kind of surprised I got voted out, which it was only the first round. Kind of makes sense. Everyone's just kind of skeptical about each other.
Any
So-
topics? Suggestions?
I think I went through all the topics.
schizophrenia.
Uh,
So what do you think engineer got his 12 PhDs in?
Engineering.
Making
Ooh.
drugs. Actual Walter White looking
uh,
guy.
When I threw that out, I was really trying to bait everyone, hoping that the real Engie main would, correct me and say, well, actually, he has only 11 PhDs. But, sadly, no one took the bait there.
Here's a question. What is your opinion on the vaccinator?
okay.
It
I
feels
don't
great
really
to
like
use,
it.
but it's just that feeling of sadism.
It's just like I don't like
Honestly,
You
using
know
it.
you're
I
an
only
asshole when you
really
use it.
use it.
I
only
feel
really
bad.
use it against
I do
bots.
feel
Yeah,
bad too.
exactly.
I don't want to use it. I have it, but I don't want to use it sometimes because I feel so bad using it.
It's just
I
that.
only
I
really
have a
use it
I
for
strange
bots.
actively
one, but I
try
like
to
it.
avoid it unless I'm fighting bots. Then I'll use it.
I was really just generally trying to figure out. I'm sure medic mains would rather enjoy it, while people like engineer would despise it quite so. So I was hoping to see if I could get any sort of even minute amount of emotions towards it.
I think the Vaccinator is honestly fine in its current state. The overheal on it kind of sucks, so you're mostly limited to just pocketing one guy.
So who
And
here
I-
has
and
never
I-
played comp?
Me.
Me.
I played it once during the Valve competitive, but I've never played community competitive.
There's community comp.
Yeah, well that's that
It's called any match of 2-4 at 3 a.m.
That's fair.
Engineer isn't viable for competitive, so it does make sense that he's never played it.
What is your
Hate
thoughts?
medic names that heal bots. Like, I think
Yeah,
they should
that's
die.
you're just a terrible person at that point.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I can't fight you on that.
Especially the vaccinator on it. Ugh.
There was one scenario where I healed bots, and that was because there were cheaters on the enemy team, and they just took over the enemy team, and they were double tapping everybody. It was like, okay, you're gonna do that? I'm gonna heal the bots, and we're gonna kill you.
You know what the worst thing about the bots? You know what the worst thing about the bots is? They don't shoot each other.
I feel like we got a little off topic. Round 2 made it much harder to find out who was actually the engineer secretly.
Here's a choice. All right, what is your dream medic gun? Personally, I'd love one that has a shield or something, but not
like
just for
MPM.
MPM, for like regular matches.
I
It's
always
not
thought of
as big.
That
a
sounds
cool one.
overpowered.
That'd be really
I thought
cool.
of-
It sounds
I thought
very
of-
overpowered, yeah. But
Maybe like
No,
it's
but like
smaller.
it's like minus 75% heal, right?
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
mostly just a
I think you
shield.
just created another vaccinator, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
so are we
No.
talking about Medigun specifically, or do you mean like any medic slot?
If you could make you add your own
Medigun.
any medic slot, yeah, I guess would be fine.
Okay, well, basically, there's this Roblox game called Typical Colors 2 that
Connor, he didn't speak a lot. It's kind of like he's just trying to fly off the radar.
I would
I
always
would
love
like I would like a quick fix kind of thing that charges faster but gives you mini crits.
why do we have to keep adding Mediguns that have extra charge rate? God damn it.
Well, I was always
It's because the
cool
payoff
idea.
is less because you're only getting mini crits instead of full crits.
Well,
They still
what
Charges faster.
if we made a Medigun that charges slower but has an even better effect than Uber? Like, what if it was like Power Play, where it gives you all the Uber effects, but it has a 75% extra charge rate?
So then the match is going to go to whoever has the Boston Basher Scout in their spawn at the beginning.
Yeah,
More heal heavy.
I would say the cool idea for a medigun that basically it had really good what's it called overheal, but if you were damaged in any way below your max HP, it would heal you really slowly.
Yeah.
You know what?
So it's
You know what
basically
I
kind of
really
like a
wish.
shield they have to break through first.
You know what I wish Valve did? I wish they put like an MP40 instead of a syringe gun. Like that would have been so cool.
Man, people say
It
demos
wouldn't
only
really
class
fit
the
in the art
projectiles.
style though.
You got to play more TF2 Classic, man. They got all sorts of crazy stuff over there.
I voted Tom again because I was gonna vote somebody else. Instead of voting for someone who could main medic, I decided to just vote him again and play it safe because he just still seemed quite suspicious on my part.
All right, so we have a tie, so I'm going to have to ask everyone to vote again between Connor and Tom. Connor and Tom cannot vote. Okay, so we have a tie again, so I'm going to have to ask you guys to come up with something, put both players on the spot, and then recast your votes one more time.
I really did think I screwed up there a little bit. I kind of made myself seem more suspicious than I meant to. I kind of became a red herring, in a sense. My mistake. That should have been more convincing, I guess.
So before going into round 3, I need to explain it because it works a little differently. One at a time, I'm going to give each of you the name of a weapon. You have 90 seconds each to give a description of the weapon's stats or other miscellaneous information about the weapon in front of the other players. The description can be as detailed as you like. When time is up, the other players then get another 90 seconds to discuss if they think the description was in any way inaccurate or left anything out. When their time is up, the weapon's true stats will be revealed. Each player is given a different weapon, and once all players have been quizzed on their weapon knowledge, each player gets to anonymously vote on who they think the mole is. You will still get to vote at the end of the round. The only difference is that you will be basing your vote on different information. Bonnie, your weapon is the Crusader's crossbow.
The Crusader's crossbow is a weapon for the medic. It's less of a weapon and more of a utility tool. It's very much unlike any of Medic's other primary weapons. Well, first of all, it has like 38 ammo in the reserve as opposed to 150, which is what all the other syringe gun has. All the other syringe guns have. And it only has 1 bolt in the clip instead of 40 syringes. It's also the only weapon in the game that has inverse damage fall off, meaning it does more damage from farther away. When you shoot someone with the crossbow, it can do a minimum of 38 damage and a maximum of 75. But the unique thing about the weapon is that it can also heal your teammates with a minimum of 75 and a maximum of 150. I believe it's basically the only primary weapon that most medics actually use, especially in competitive. Its utility is completely unmatched, and you could even argue that it's the best medic primaries for self-defense because of the burst damage it can deal. As an example, against Demomen, you can use 2 close-range crossbow shots to put them in range of 2 Uber Saws, or you could shoot them from max range and take them down to 100 health, and now put them in range of your friendly Devilman's pipe, and that will kill them. It's an amazing weapon. It's probably my favorite weapon in the entire game, and I am Withered Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I have over 3,500 hours on Team Fortress 2, and I've been playing Medic since 2017. I know what this fucking weapon does.
Bonnie doesn't have a fucking head. I just want to like point that out.
He does have a head. He doesn't have a face, stupid.
Where the brain at?
Okay, the back of your skull and the bottom of your jaw don't count.
The back of my skull? Well, what do you think
is
in
a
that
robot.
skull? That's my
Is
CPU.
this FNAF or is
Well,
this TF2? What are we doing?
Oh,
Crossover.
an animatronic can't play a video game? Is that what you're telling me?
That
That's
was
kinda racist.
okay. Hold on, that was very specific though. Like,
The 38 bolts? Like, I don't even know that.
That's how much
oh,
ammo is
I
in the
saw
clip,
it.
in the reserve.
That's because he uses it a lot. I don't know.
You guys don't use the crossbow? Are you like fucking weeds?
I use the blue sucker
Overdose? Overdose?
yeah,
You guys
I
are
told you, I
overdose
use the
enthusiasts?
powder.
I like the overdose sometimes. It's pretty good for NVM. I think it's my favorite syringe gun for that specifically. I even got robot scouts killed on my overdose.
All I'm saying is
Uh-huh.
if that description is the standard for this round, we're screwed.
He described it way too detailed. It sounded like he was reading it off a wiki page.
Connor, your weapon is the Amputator.
Okay. The Amputator is a melee weapon for medic, and it has a, I believe, 15% damage penalty. But the one upside to it is that when you taunt, you're able to heal teammates around you and give them regeneration. And I used to use the Amputator quite a lot, but over time I sort of stopped using it. It's fuck.
Okay, so I just have to say that was like You got really discreet. You got the Wikipedia, and then you've got a blank piece of paper.
Mm.
I don't know who.
Yeah.
It's relatable.
Well,
It
it's
is
relatable, and
It
he,
just
he
feel like
listed the amputator taunt as its only upside, but it has another upside he didn't mention:
Mm.
Or does it?
the extra healing when it's deployed.
You can taunt with it to create an area of effect healing area that heals everyone around you for a couple of seconds. It's the
that's a
same way
taunt.
as the minigun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's a
just even having it out, having it open and
It gives you
Active.
extra healing.
I never used the amputator.
Understandable. It's not a great weapon.
I'll be honest, Chief. I did not know about the other upside, so I kind of have
Yeah.
to relate to Connor here.
I think it's a visible stat, like one of those that you can only see on the wiki, but are not listed in game or whatever.
I'm pretty sure it's just like the taunt for healing, and you get the extra healing when you hold it out, that self healing, and there's the 20% damage penalty.
20%. Yeah. It was a damage penalty, but I didn't know exactly what.
Yeah, it's okay. I thought it was 50% for a second.
It's a damage penalty.
It's not that weak. It's still like hits like a wet roll of tissue paper, but it's not as weak as the Wrath Assassin. You can't even two-shot light classes. What a bad weapon.
Jesus, your weapon is the Vitasaw.
The Vitasaw, I think it has a base damage of 60. You keep 50% of your Uber when you die. And you get a health reduction of, I think, 20 HP. Yeah.
It's Jesus' explanation of the Vitasaw. He totally beefed it, man. Though barely any medic mains actually use the Vitasaw, you should still have a basic knowledge of what it does.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, you got the stats wrong.
Okay. Let's
Uh,
go
yeah,
by
I don't
this
think
one
I've
by
ever
one.
used the Vitasaw.
Okay, so the
I
half
think I literally made it into scrap.
The half Uber cap thing is from the old Vitasaw, I believe. You get
That
the
was only
up per second.
20% back in the day.
Yeah, that wasn't even like 50, but you kept a portion of your Uber when you died. I believe with the new Vitasaw, you have to actually hit people with the saw to get their organs, and then depending on how many organs you have, you can save more Uber, and I believe it goes up to a certain percentage.
Yeah, it's 15% each, goes up to 60%.
Then you lose
for the
10% of your
look-
health.
I remember it differently.
For the looks, the liquid inside the little canister on the top changes color depending on what team you're in.
Same thing with the Uber saw. It also fills up when you get Uber with it, just like the Uber saw.
And I believe there's like you lose 10% of your max health when using it.
10
No,
points.
you lose
10 health
10%,
points.
10 health when you use it. It goes down from
Wasn't it 20 or
140.
15? I don't know.
We'll probably get the stats in like just a sec here, but
Yeah, you got a 140 health. That's your max health.
Yeah. Instead of 225 max overheal, you get 210.
I don't think I've ever used it.
It's not good.
Yeah,
I think it's
don't.
Medic's worst weapon.
I think I literally turned mine to scrap.
It's like a worse version of the Uber saw. Why save 15% when you die?
It was starting to become much more harder, and every second I'd keep worrying because I could be the next one voted off.
Lilith, your weapon is the Vaccinator.
okay. So the vaccinator has 3 options when you hit R. You can go from anti-bullet damage, so this shields against bullet damage more, and then you've got fire and then explosion rounds. I believe melee is like its one weak point, so don't let demonites or anyone get near you. But you can just quickly switch between the two. You've got 4 states, and I believe the Uber Saw sucks with it. But it does charge quickly. It's a higher. I don't know the percentage. I'll be honest, but I do know it's a much higher percentage Uber rate. And you can constantly keep Ubering, and you can do long pushes. Probably best against bots, because you can't headshot somebody when you're Ubered with this thing. And it looks, I don't know. It's a different backpack. It's like much lower on the waist, I believe, with like 2 little canisters. And you get this kind of like shield effect over somebody, and it usually displays what they're against, so the enemy team and what they're shielded against, so you can just switch weapons, so if you're like soldier and you're shooting rockets, you can switch to your shotgun.
Did I think Lilith gave a good description of the vaccinator? I mean, yeah, I guess he missed some key terms there, like saying shield instead of bubble, or anti-explosion rounds instead of explosive resistance. It's really odd. But I can get it. If you don't watch TF-tubers like Theory Y, you might not necessarily call them bubbles, to be fair.
Oh, I wasn't paying too much attention. The vaccinator is a weapon that exists.
You shitting me? Alright.
You called them shields. There's a more popular term for those.
Some people call them bubbles.
There you go.
Isn't it shield?
Oh.
I don't like bubbles.
Yeah, they're called shields, bubbles. It doesn't really matter. They're things that make damage do less. Yes. They're.
Did he? I didn't. I might have missed it. Did he mention the passive resistance while you're using it?
I wasn't paying attention. I was watching a King of Skill video.
Don't what? You're making a video. Stop watching videos.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No god.
Fucking robot.
I don't really know that much about the vaccinator, if I'm honest.
Well, I can just tell you, it's pretty good. But yeah, mostly used against bots.
It's good if people are stacking 1 damage resistance on the team. It's banned in 6s because you can just block one half of the team with bullet resistance and the other half with explosive. Broken.
I believe it gives you 40% resistance, right? 25.
It gives you 66% resistance to one type when you activate the charge, and it's a 10% passive.
Oh god, this is
No, 75, right?
Saint, your weapon is the quick fix.
Quick fix is the most Chad weapon in TF2. My favorite minigun. It gives you super fast healing and pretty fast recharge rate for your, or charge rate for your Uber. I don't know the exact numbers. It's like extra half charge rate or extra half heal rate or something. And the Uber charge rate's obviously even faster. And the old quick fix, you couldn't even overheal with it. But this one, they allowed you to overheal a little bit, not as much as a regular medigun. And it lets you speed travel with whatever class you're doing. I mean, all mediguns do that now. Back in the day, it was the only one that did it. But you mimic the jumps with your pocket, whether it's a demo or soldier. Mimic the scout speed, which all mediguns do. But again, quick fixes, just Chad, pump out those Ubers. Gives you it's not an actual invulnerability Uber. It's like 300% healing. That's about it. I don't know the exact percentages otherwise. Time. I think I did pretty good. I approximated some of the stat percentages. I forgot about the resistance to knockback. That was stupid on me, because I rely on that a lot, actually. But otherwise, I think I captured the spirit of the weapon pretty well. Being the best medigun ever, of course.
Oh yeah, Saint felt pretty believable. He knew what he was talking about. Yeah, honestly, I kind of believe Saint here.
Not bad. I
Yeah.
like it.
That's the
I like
quick
the
fix
whole-
minus used.
Very nice. I like the quick fix. I
Yeah.
think all the mediguns are good. I think the quick fix specifically is really good when your team is absolute fucking dog shit and can't stay alive for 2 seconds. So you have to use the quick fix to heal them. Or you can use
100%.
the quick fix with the overdose. I like using that.
Also
as
good for when you have a friend that like plays soldier or demo man,
Yeah, you can go on
as you
rollouts.
can jump around with them.
There's like people in
Very true.
Highlander who do like rollouts on Badwire with demo medic just jumping over the entire team and going to spawn. It's great.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can jump with them.
Hmm.
I just not the quick fix that often. But yeah, I believe Saint.
Yeah, I do too. Like, I use the quick fix a lot, so I kind of know its stats, sort of. Not all of them, but most of them.
It has a faster charge rate, extra healing, overheal penalty, and its Uber is good, but it's also kind of a shitty version of the stock. At least you can't get air blasted.
Well, again, he beefed the Vitasaw description so badly. I'm pretty convinced there's no way he could be a medic main without knowing that info. Like, again, even if you don't use the Vitasaw, you should know it. It's kind of sus.
I thought I was given such a simple weapon, I thought I could do it just fine. I mean, while other people got much more complicated weapons, I was expecting to get voted out.
He went into detail way too much. I mean, other people just, didn't put much detail in at all, but he genuinely did put a lot of unnecessary detail, like he read right off the wiki. So that's why I voted for him.
So would anyone still like to continue the game?
I mean, okay,
I would,
hold on.
personally. There's one I have in mind that hasn't been kicked yet.
I think we're pretty safe. Yeah.
I
I will say
disagree.
let's end it here.
Kind of agree with Jesus.
I'll say we ended here.
That's 3
I've been-
people, right?
I've been overruled, apparently. I still disagree, but
That's the way of democracy.
Yeah, so if the screen turns green, you voted the mole out and you all win the game. But if the screen turns red, the mole is still in the box and you have lost.
Okay, I'm gonna do the soy face. Hog.
go
Yeah.
for it.
Man, I'm sweating.
Me too.
I knew it.
Oh,
I knew it.
You fools! I won!
you
I won!
fucker.
Oh my god. Dude, holy shit, I was sweating.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Man, come on, mate.
Yeah. In hindsight, he was too quiet. He was probably the quietest one of the bunch. He didn't really chime in unless we directly asked him something.
Now, I will admit he did trick. At least I'm sure he tricked everyone. I know he didn't trick one person. I know that, but it's he definitely tricked me.
Yeah, I don't
eat
know.
it. Eat it, you medics. Eat it.
Dude, it's literally 3 a.m.
When you said anti-bullet, anti-fire, anti-explosion rounds, that was like, what?
What? Isn't that what it does? I don't know, man. I only use it for fucking bots.
Calling it a
does.
shield, not a bubble. Still, I gotta admit, I thought Jesus was the culprit the whole time.
I thought it was Fuzz.
Dude, I haven't played in like 2 months.
I thought we were going to be doing challenges, so I was not prepared quiz-wise. So that was a struggle, and the other players did catch on, but yeah, that was a challenging time. But I felt pretty bad about lying to everyone else, because I didn't realize the reward was going to be that big. I thought we were playing for like 6-cent hats. Yeah, so being an engineer main, it's really fun, I started off when I was really shit at this game. I could not aim for the life of me, and the fact something aimed for me was just a godsend. And I think I think turtling in TF2, you know, in the 2-4 intel room really made me fall in love with the character. So that's how it all happened for me.
I got kicked out because I was being descriptive, even though I played Medic for over 900 hours. You fools! You doomed yourselves!
Not being smart.
Okay.
Alright? No one has to be
Okay,
smart.
so
Don't blame me. I wanted to keep it going.
The game played nice. The game was fun. It was definitely stressful, especially during the voting times. Considering not only could we not say a thing, but it's just one of us randomly would be, not randomly, but one of us would just suddenly be just server muted and sent back, and it was definitely anxiety inducing.
Honestly, I'm a very gullible person who trusts people when I honestly shouldn't. And sometimes I just kind of go blank and I forget what's happening or I stop paying attention. For other people, it might be less hard, but for me, I am a person who is very easily tricked.
So overall, the game was actually pretty casual. It was cool to talk to people that I'd never talked to before. And it was casual discussion.
I thought the game was pretty fun. It was fun talking with everyone, especially on everyone's opinion on Medic. Sad I couldn't really be part of trivia, though. I know a lot about the Medic weapons, and it was funny listening to everyone's very descriptive, what?
Everyone, Tony Allen here. I hope this video does well. I hope you enjoyed it. If you watched the whole thing, great. I mean, thanks. I've had the idea to do this for a while. It's not an original idea, obviously. It is basically just the Jubilee game with a few minor tweaks. But this idea, I thought it was super fun to do in TF2. And it's been one of the main motivations for my channel. I thought, I want to do this, but I need complete strangers. Best way to get complete strangers, gain an audience. Now I have an audience, and I'm thankful for that. And hopefully this can allow my channel to grow more. I'm now working to be known for something other than just the guy who made a video on He Who Shall Not Be Named. So, yeah. I plan on doing more of these. A link to my Discord will be down in either a pinned comment or the description. If you want to join, that would be great. Kind of dead chat right now, honestly. I haven't really been doing much lately, but it's good to just be there if you want to be included in something like this, because I do plan on doing more of these, because it was loads of fun. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.